Hey, this is Paul with MakeUseOf.com, and in one of my last reviews, we were looking at the MSI Aegis RS, which is currently one of the best value pre-built gaming PCs that you can buy in 2022, with lots of configuration options to meet your needs. And in that video, we briefly touched upon and featured the MSI MPG 343CQR, which is an ultra-wide curved monitor that we're talking about in this video. Now, there are certainly a lot of reviewers out there who can go into more detail talking about color accuracy, response time, ghosting, artifacts, and other things like that. And so instead, I'll focus more on my real-world use with this monitor, gaming, video editing, and other content creation. This is a 3440 by 1440 1000R curved screen. It supports 165 Hz with 1 millisecond response. The monitor has FreeSync Premium, as well as HDR4 10-bit. And it also has some built-in features that can improve your gaming experience, including optic scope, which can help you snipe and kill your opponents, night vision, which enhances dark portions of your screen, and console mode, which can automatically accept 4K signals on the QHD monitor and support HDR simultaneously. The Artymis also supports USB Type-C, which allows you to connect to other devices for display connectivity and charge them up to 15 watts at the same time. This is also the first HDMI CEC certified monitor. This allows connected devices like a PlayStation or Switch to wake up the monitor, as well as change its profile. The MSI MPG Artymis 343 also supports picture-in-picture, as well as picture-by-picture, which allows you to create different layouts to meet your workflow and gaming needs. Though, as I exclusively use this on a Windows 11 machine, I'm more than happy to use Windows snapping. The stand is adjustable, supporting tilt, height, and rotation. And it has a nearly frameless design with very narrow bezels. You get 30-degree swivel to both sides, between 5 and 20-degree tilt, with 4-inch height adjustment. Overall, its movement feels very precise. The Artymis normally retails for $900, but at the time of this review, you can pick it up from different retailers like Amazon for about $760. This is definitely a very premium monitor. And if having the highest refresh rates is your main concern, then you can certainly find cheaper monitors that are not curved and don't have as many features. With AMD FreeSync, the monitor supports 48 to 165 Hz. It is not G-Sync compatible certified, but you can still get G-Sync to work in certain applications. sRGB is not supported, however 85% coverage of DCI P3 color gamut is. That said, being that this is a large monitor with a large stand, you will need a lot of desk space. Now, aside from this being pricey, one of my only complaints with this monitor is the stand itself, which is a little bit awkwardly shaped. On one hand, it does help with the aggressive gaming look that it's going for, but if you tend to work with a smaller desk like I do, and maybe tilt your keyboard to the side for certain games like Overwatch, with a larger full-size keyboard like this, it can be a little bit hard to get that right placement. And in fact, the rear stands on the keyboard often have to fold down. And I'm actually playing on the monitor stand itself in order to get that angle that I want. So it's a little bit awkward with that. But beyond that, the monitor stand also sticks outwards further than the back of the monitor itself, which yes, does have a little bit of depth, but certainly not to that level. And again, that makes it hard to push the monitor as far back as I want. So this definitely does require a lot of space, and I could see in a future update, and hopefully that's the case, just perhaps maybe shifting the monitor backwards a little bit so that the stand itself doesn't have to be as large, or removing that tail end of the stand. Other cool features include its RGB lighting on the back. The color effects can either be turned on or off on the monitor itself, as well as customized using the Gaming OSD app. And if you have other MSI Mystic lighting products like the Aegis RS desktop that we reviewed previously, it can also be synced among those too. The monitor does not have built-in speakers, but it does have a 3.5mm audio jack, as well as a concealed headphone holder on its right-hand side. Its OSD features are relatively simple to use. By pressing in the joystick, we see 7 sub-menus, with its features clearly organized and easy to navigate between. You have 5 picture profiles with 4 game-specific and 1 default user mode. If you want the most color accuracy, user mode is the best choice. You do have additional on-screen features, including a frame rate indicator, alarm clock, aiming overlays, as well as the optic scope feature. In truth, I imagine most users will not be using many of these features though. The MPG Artymis 343CQR is a very enjoyable monitor to use. Despite being curved, you'll notice very little distortion, whether you're gaming or doing productivity tasks. Distortion can become a little bit noticeable depending on the angle you're viewing it at, especially when it's tilted up or down. Color overall felt very accurate, whether I was video editing, gaming, or doing other productivity tasks. I of course played a lot of Overwatch 2 and Batman Arkham Knight and had a great time using this monitor, as it provides an excellent HDR experience. And provided you're sitting about 3 or 4 feet away from the monitor, I think this is a great viewing distance. The monitor also has some cable management built in, as our wires can feed through the middle part of its stand, which does do a good job at helping tidy up your desk just a bit. And so the MPG Artymis finds itself in a very interesting position. At the $700 to $900 price range, there is a lot of competition in this market. And at just 165 Hz, it might not be fast enough for the most demanding gamers. And at just 34 inches wide, it might not be wide enough for those who demand the ultimate content creation or content consumption experience. That said, if you can find this on a good sale, if you're already in the MSI ecosystem and you like the idea of syncing up your lighting, that can be some additional value there for you. Again, my only real concern aside from price is this awkward stand. So thank you again for watching this video. This has been Paul with MakeUseOf.com. Until the next one, catch you later.